Thank you, Rhonda, for doing this and making this possible.
It's my pleasure.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
My name is Ruanda Snyman. Some of you do not know me at all. Some of you do know me, but you just do not know my story. So, I was in a motor vehicle accident about 20 years ago. I was 18 years old and I was involved in a motor vehicle accident. Within this motor vehicle accident, I was unfortunate. I broke all the bones in my body. I broke my skull in 4 places. The only ones that you can see is the 2 that is in the front. The others, I was blessed with hair. I broke my neck in the vehicle accident. I broke the upper part of my vertebra, my T1. I broke the lower part of my vertebra, the L1. I broke my coccyx. I broke my hip. And then going in, I also broke my pelvis, my pubic bones, a couple of bones associated with the front part of your body. I also broke and dislocated my knee, and then my foot and my ankle was completely separated from each other. So when they picked me up at the accident scene, they had the foot in the one hand and the leg in the other hand, and then the paramedics, and they transported me like this. We had to reattach that. There's nerve endings, and there's muscles, and there's bones. So that was reattached. I also broke my arms, and my lungs collapsed on the scene of the accident.
Absolutely.
It is. It's a miracle, and it's God ordained that I am here today. I was very fortunate. I did not have brain injuries. So I still have my full brain function today. That is why I can stand here and I can talk and I can address you and I can speak to you and I can look at you. There's no brain injuries. But unfortunately, I am what you would call bodily disabled. I was supposed to be completely disabled. The doctor said that I will not walk again. The doctor said that I will not work again. I am unemployable. And then the doctor said, for the rest of your life, you will have a lot of pain and issues. It's coming. It's not like it's not coming. It's coming. Just know it's coming. So I was in hospital for 2 months. I was supposed to be in hospital for 9 months. I challenged the doctors when they told me that I will never walk again. I challenged the doctors when they told me that I will never work again. And I started working on myself with physiotherapists. 2 days after a hip operation, they put screws and plates in my hip. 2 days after the operation, I started to, please bring me a chair. Bring me a round pillow so I can sit on my hips that was operated 2 days ago. Bring me crutches. I want to walk. When they say you're going to fall, I say it's fine. You just stand here and catch me. So I challenged the doctors and I challenged every word that they spoke over me. And within 2 months, I walked out of that hospital on my own 2 feet with crutches. With crutches, I had staples all the way down my leg, not just stitches, the staples. I had staples in my arms here, it's quite large, and also here. And then my face was covered in staples, and then of course my ankle, which they had to reconnect. So I'm not saying I was a spring chicken and I got up and I left the hospital, but I took my crutches and I walked on that pain and I left the hospital by God's grace. I was saved by God's grace because on the day of the accident, my lungs collapsed. And instead of people helping me, people deserted me. There was a vehicle behind us who stopped and said, Rhonda, lie still, you've been in an accident. But they left. They didn't get help. They left me there. A while after that, some more people came to the accident scene. Instead of helping me, they stole. They stole my handbag. They stole my wallet. They stole my ID book. They stole everything that they could find in the wreckage. And instead of helping me, they left. I ended up laying on the accident scene for 2 hours before I was found. I was found by a tow truck driver. They came, they wanted to clear the wreckage. They started clearing the wreckage. A couple of meters later, they saw something, they just assumed that it is part of the wreckage, and they found me 2 hours later. I was on that accident scene for 2 hours. Broken body, bleeding, not being able to breathe, using one lung to breathe. Thereafter, I was transported to the nearest hospital. There was no time to take me to the best hospital. It was just get it to the hospital. I think it was 10 minutes drive took me to the hospital. Unfortunately, the hospital was not able to treat me. They were not able to treat such a severe patient. I lay there for 2 hours while they made arrangements, find a doctor, get the right medical equipment. What can we do? There's nothing we can do. We can't treat her. My mom then transported me to a private hospital. They agreed that let's take the risk, put her back in the ambulance, let's take her. That's what they did. However, at the private hospital, you either need a medical aid or you need a deposit. And with all my injuries, the deposit was large. I was not stabilized. I was not put on a lung machine and I was not put on life support. I was cleaned. The debris was taken out. I was cleaned. I had some patches. I was not helped. I laid there for a further couple of hours. The accident happened at 1 o'clock in the evening. 1 o'clock the next afternoon, 12 hours later, I was still laying there. My parents tried to get the money, get the deposit, get the money. While they were trying to get the money, I was laying there. The hospital was not working on me. My parents made the decision to take me to Marietjie Academic Hospital. The thing is, it's far. It's a 45-minute drive. So it happened in Somerset West Strand, and then you have to go 45 minutes drive to get to Marietjie. Good hospital, great doctors, academic hospital. Point is, she's not going to make the drive. My parents made the decision. They said, well, she's been laying here now, it's 12 hours later. She's not going to make it. Or we drive her 45 minutes and she might not make it. The odds are the same. And they drove me through without life support, without a lung machine in the ambulance. 45 minutes drive. I was at Marietjie Hospital for 4 minutes. And I died. I made the ride by 4 minutes. I was barely pushed into the door, and then my body crashed and my heart stopped completely. By that time, there was no more blood in my system, nothing. My heart stopped and I was no longer breathing. And I was on life support. And those machines, for the first time in 12 hours, I was no longer fighting for my own life. I had the machines fighting for me. Because my body could no longer fight. So that is just a little bit of the background. I know everybody has a lot of questions, and I know my testimony is so large. There's a lot of things that happened. If you are available month end, please come to one of my events. I will do the full testimony there because there's a lot of people asking. I will do the full testimony and I'll tell you everything about my testimony. This is the vehicle. This was a bakkie. In South Africa, we call it a bakkie. This is our vehicle. The vehicle flipped and it rolled 3 times and it fell on top of me. Okay, I told you that I laid in the ditch. I told you about the victims. These are some of my articles that went out to the newspapers. My scars are normally covered, like today. I have a long trouser on, you cannot see my scars. I look fine. I look normal. If it's winter, I have something long, you can't see my scars. People do tend to walk past me and think that I am normal. I'm better than normal. God made me, you know. But what I'm saying is people walk past me and think I'm normal, and not understanding. But there is, you can't see it because I put makeup on. I always try not to cover, but you can see that the indent of the scars that I had. Severe migraines, 3 migraines a week for the last 20 years.
Can't even imagine.
3 migraines a week for the last 20 years. I would wake up 3 hours early if I know I have to be somewhere 8 o'clock. Why? Because I have a migraine, so I need to make sure there's enough time for me to throw up, then drink headache pills, then throw that up as well, then drink something for nausea, then throw that up as well, then drink a stomach ulcer pill. I need 3 hours, otherwise I can't hide it from everybody else. That's why I get up early. So that I've got 3 hours to be sick, and then I put on my makeup and I go out and nobody knows what happened. That's how I've been functioning for the last 3 years. I've been on multiple pain drips. I've been on drips for, I had severe blood anemia, so I've been on drips for that, to treat that. Unfortunately, 20 years of medication led to a large stomach ulcer. Large stomach ulcer, blood anemia, there's no blood in my body, chronic pain, daily 24 hours. Not daily meaning 8 to 5, daily meaning 24 hours. When I go to bed, people think I'm going to rest, and they would say rest, well, but I don't rest, because I have to lie on these hips, and it hurts. So I've had many treatments, things like this happens. Live blood analysis saved my life. When we talk about doctors or medical professions, or anybody when it comes to live blood or natural health, you need to see the right person. You need to see the right person. I came to see Marietjie. So, what happened with Marietjie? I understood that my body was in a state, but I did not know what was going on in my body. And Marietjie took me and she did live blood on me and she showed me my blood work. Because you cannot always see on empath, because it's not live blood. So, Marietjie told me, listen, you're Ruanda, you have a problem, look at all the toxins. This is why you're collapsing. This is why you're no longer functioning. Your whole body is shutting down, even the cells in your body. I had so much toxins in my body, you can see all of that green and all those spaces. If you compare it to my new blood that I have now that God blessed me with, you can see the difference within the blood work. These are also some of my cells. I have holes in places that I'm not supposed to have holes. This was my blood work. This was what, and this is because of 20 years of medication. This is because of depression medication, anxiety medication. I had PTSD, I had to be medicated. This is because of pain medication. This is because of inflammation medication. This is because of stomach ulcer medications. Because every single thing needs to be treated. This is what she did for me. This is my healthy blood. My lymph nodes were blocked completely. Lymph nodes, as I understood from Marietjie, is very important because it also releases some of your pain. If it's blocked, it keeps all your pain in the body. So now your body cannot naturally, is that correct? Yes, and the toxins, your body cannot naturally let it go. So I had so much pain, and it was just inside the body. It was blocked up. I could do anything. Remember, I had pain drips and injections and everything. I had operations. I had a full rhizotomy from the top to the bottom, all the way around. And we burned the nerve endings, and it still did not work. Okay. So I started coming for the ozone treatment. Started putting oxygen in my body.
Oh, Lucia.
Yes, you can see me. There we go. How did you get in there? We came. I started coming on weekly basis, and she would do my blood, and and she would say, this is what changed this week, or this happened this week. It was, are you sure you didn't eat a lot of chocolates? She would analyze my blood for me and tell me what's going on in my blood. And we would do sessions of the kinesiology, and she would help me to rebuild the muscles and the strength and, push what needs to be pushed and everything that I cannot do at home. And I would go on the ozone machine, and we would put oxygen back into the body, because without the oxygen, what I have learned in the past is there's no healing. Your brain needs oxygen. Your muscles need it. Your body needs it. My brain would short, and nobody could understand what I'm saying. Then I would tell people, but I have this thing where if I relax, it feels like an energy bolt through my body, and it literally pulls me. It pulls me completely. It's like a jerking. And then in my head, I would feel zzz, like that. But I look normal, but I can feel something is shorting in the brain. Those are the neurons. Your body is filled with energy and neurons and all these fine paths. So we don't only have fine paths for wrinkles, we also have it inside our body. And he mentioned this is nothing, this is good. Look at that water, detoxing, getting all the toxins out and the pain, trying to open up the lymph nodes, trying to get better. This is why I say she changed my life. Because Marietjie told me, Ruanda, there's something in your blood. You need to go to the doctor now, not tomorrow, not tonight, not in a week, now. Nobody else picked it up. Nobody. I left here, I went to my doctor, I said, Marietjie said, there's a problem with my blood. But before I said that, he saw it. Because I had no blood, I had no stamina, I had no breath, no oxygen in my body, and I couldn't walk. And he told me, it's affecting your heart. And I said, I came from Marietjie. She said, I must come right now. He did the blood test and he confirmed what Marietjie said. I have severe blood anemia. There's no blood in my body. My heart is now at risk because my heart can no longer pump. That's why I advocate for this. This is why I speak about this. Because people out there do not, there's internet. There's a misconception out there where people do not understand. They'll say, I don't go for this because I'm a Christian, or I don't go for that because it sounds funny, or that does not make sense. That's how we are, because that's how I used to be. That's how I used to be before I came to see Marietjie. I did not want to come and lay on her bed. The whole time she was working, I was saying, Lord, if there's anything, you better remove it now. I don't know what she's doing. I promise you. Because that's our nature. A couple of months ago, how did I become this? Because I've now spoken about pain, not being able to walk. 38, my life is done, I'm retiring. I dropped some of my tutoring kids. I could no longer do the normal life. I had to retire. And then I went on stem cell patches. I could no longer do the medicine. I was desperate. I need something that can heal me and help me without putting something in my body, because I have a stomach ulcer. And if that thing bursts, then I've got problems. I went on stem cell patches. This is what they look like. So the stem cell patch is just a round little sticker. It is very easy. You just take off and you put this sticker on the back of your neck. What does it do? Because it looks like just a sticker. We don't ask Google what the sticker does. We don't. We ask people who has testimonies. What does the sticker do for you? Increased strength. Why? Because this sticker encourages your body to recreate the stem cells that's in your body. As we age, and especially for someone like me with injuries, you will get arthritis, osteoarthritis like I got. I was 34 when I got arthritis. You age, your body age, your stem cells, they decrease. Without your stem cells, you can no longer be healthy. when you were born, you had a lot of stem cells, but now you're older. With the stem cells, your body heals. Increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity, brain fog. Do you guys know what brain fog is? I didn't know I had brain fog until I used the stem cell patch, and I woke up one day and I was clear. And I told my husband, I did not know there was something wrong with me. I've always been walking saying I'm fine until I used the stem cell patch, and I woke up without brain fog. I could make decisions and remember things. So brain fog, especially also with anxiety, you have the zzz in your mind because you have anxiety. So everything that has to do with your brain and your function, the stem cell patch helps for that, because it starts within your body with your stem cells. How does it work? So basically this is a form of phototherapy. There's no medication in here, and there is nothing going into your body. And this is what I needed, because I could no longer take medication. It works via phototherapy. So it uses light. Have you seen that sometimes when you go under infrared, you will see your body, you will see red, and then they'll show you on this side is green, this is inflammation, or they'll show you, do you see that yellow? That's not supposed to be. Have you guys seen that before? Okay, so that it uses light. Our bodies has light. So when you put your patch, the light and the sun activates your patch. And then it reflects back into your body a copper peptide. And that copper peptide starts reproducing your stem cells. And now instead of losing stem cells, you are building stem cells. And now that you're building stem cells, you find that small things that you did not know, that didn't bother you before, now you realize they're gone. It took me about 4 to 6 weeks, and my pain was gone. It's a process. Some people will take 3 months. It's a process. I was lucky. My migraines was gone in 1 day. 1 day. And I used to get migraines 3 times. It's now been many months. I've not had a migraine. I don't know how long I've lost count. I have not had a migraine. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. Where do we wear it? At the back of our neck, under our belly. Why? Because a lot of our neurons is either here or here. Theoretically, you can put it anywhere on the body. Anywhere. If you're tired of your neck, you can put it anywhere. But I prefer to put it on my neck by my neurons, because I know I need my head to be okay. I need to be clear and make decisions and things like that. So, and that is where you put it. And then this is just a quick slideshow. It just says that as you get older, your stem cells reduce. So that is why we use the X39, we recreate the stem cells, and then healing comes from within our body. Patch that you use. There's also ice wave. If you have pain, you can put it on the area. So now I don't have to go to a chiropractor that more. I'd still go to her. I have the best chiropractor, by the way. But I mean, I don't have to go so often anymore, because I can take my sticker, which works on the same principles. One this side, when the chiropractor would put needles or something, you'd put your 2 stickers on your pain. It does not solve the problem, but it lightens it. And actually, to be quite, in my case, it takes it away. It takes it away. Now I can run the whole day and do what I need to do. The Aeon is also a patch. This one you use every single day. This one you use when you need to use it, and then you take it off. But this one you use every single day. This is the one that, with the stem cell, brings relief, because this one takes away your inflammation. So what did I do? I combined my stem cell to help my body, combined it with the ion patch, which helps with inflammation. And because of these two, I no longer have pain. I don't have pain. If I have pain, I would patch myself with the ice wave, or the pain is so little that I just walk with it. It's not even a problem. I can bath myself again. I couldn't bath myself. My husband had to put me in and out of the bath. People don't know that. People sometimes look at me and think, oh wow, you're a miracle, but they forget about the miracle that's standing behind me. I would throw up because of migraines. I would be so weak that I would sit by the toilet and there's no strength for me, because now it's not only that I have a stomach ulcer, now it's also the hip is paining and I cannot get myself up. My husband has to pick me up at the toilet on the floor, put me in bed. Sometimes people look at me and think, what a miracle, and they do not see the miracle standing behind me. I want to tell you something. If there's one thing that you need to do, I'm telling you now today, is book a session with Marietjie. Find out what's going on in your blood, and then get the stem cell patch. We all need it. That is why I speak for this. I knew nothing about the regenerative health. Marietjie taught me to put minerals in my water, because I thought I can just go and buy mineral water. Okay, because why? Because Google told me. But we need to start using the people that God put in our lives. Don't go and buy mineral water, rather WhatsApp someone and say, please tell me what to do. I don't know what to do. Don't be scared to say, I'm sick, help me. Don't be scared to hide your disabilities from people. Don't be scared to hide whatever is going on with you. Speak to the people around you. Because somewhere someone can help. Like Marietjie changed my life. She put me on this whole course. And today I'm standing here. I'm out of retirement. I have public speaking, motivational speakings, I'm doing ministry, I'm teaching with the children again, we're running our business, I'm doing Zooms at night. I came out of retirement after retiring at the age of 37, spring chicken. I'm back. Stem cells work, this is the future. I had a discussion, my husband and I, with a very highly qualified doctor in Polokwane. Said the same. Said this is the future.